Well, good day, subscribers. First off, thank you so much for joining me today, as always. So today, I'm not here to entertain you. Today, I'm not here to flip your flapjacks. Today, I'm just here to drop gems, okay? We're going to talk about the way I'm kind of viewing the market right now. We're going to go over, I didn't prep a ton of slides for this video. It's a lot of just going to be me having a conversation with you guys out there and me kind of gem dropping in this video so you don't fall into this huge trap that's going on in 2021. And each year there's a certain... There's kind of like this certain way that the channel kind of builds over time. And going into a year, I never know like how things are going to transpire in that year. I never go into a year and saying, oh, like this is the way I'm going to do my channel this year. This is the sort of vibe the channel is going to have this year or something like that. But I slowly see this kind of becoming the way over the next several months, let's just put it that way, kind of the underlying theme, I guess I could say, okay? And each year has a specific theme, and I want to kind of take you guys through the last few years and the themes those years had and kind of what I see transpiring here this year so you don't fall into this big trap and end up losing yourself a lot of money, because every single year in the stock market, there's a trap. Every single year. But it's always a different trap. It's never the same trap year after year. A lot of people look and they're like, well, this happened last year, so maybe this is going to happen again this year. Doesn't work that way, okay? So these traps come and go, and sometimes you don't see them for another 10, 20 years, okay? But every year has a theme and a trap that is there to just set people up, essentially. So that's what we're going to get into this video. I hope you guys really enjoy this as always. If you don't mind, smash the thumbs up. That's all I ask for in return for this video here today. We got a whole lot to get into. I do appreciate you guys being here. Much love as always. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're not, okay? So if we go back to 2018, first off, shout out to anybody that has been watching me since 2018. If you don't mind, leave me a comment if you're 2018 squad, okay? 2018, the theme that kind of built on the channel overall was building a beast diversified portfolio. That was really kind of what I was focused on in 2018, and that was a lot of what I was preaching in 2018. Build a great portfolio of stocks. Don't just be in one or two stocks or something like that. Build out this amazing portfolio, and that was kind of a theme that emerged that I just saw that, like, I just felt like that was really needed that particular year. I felt like I needed that year, and I felt like a lot of other people need to hear that in 2018. And so that was kind of a theme that built on the channel in 2018, okay? 2019, it was a completely different theme. I never thought it would play out this way, but it's the way it played out. 2019 was all about Tesla, okay? I was investing, obviously, a lot of money into that stock in 2019, and I made, content consistently around Tesla, okay? I mean, I used to, by the way, shout out to anybody that started following me in 2019. Let me know if you started following in the Tesla year. I used to receive comments consistently on videos from people like, I'm sick of the Tesla videos. Talk about something else, right? I used to receive so much of that, do you talk about any other stocks other than Tesla? Like, sick of Tesla. It was a Tesla year. It was a year that I was focused on buying the stock. And there was so much transpiring that was exciting for that company at that time. And the valuation of this company, Tesla, at that time was just in a place that I looked at and I said, this stock's a deal and I need to take advantage of that. And so there's no doubt in that year, it was a Tesla themed year. I had seen too many 10x potential stocks pass me by over the last 10 years. This was when I hit pretty much 10 years in the market, right? I got in 2008, 2009. 2009 is when I really started building out my portfolio, right? So it was kind of my 10-year mark in the market, and I had seen a lot of 10x type stocks pass me by. And I saw the making for Tesla being that next 10x stock, and I was like, this one's not going to pass me by. No. You're not going to pass me by, Tesla. So I looked at that company's future and the fundamentals of the company and everything I saw there. And this is when Tesla was like a $30 billion, $40 billion market cap. And I was like, you're not passing me by. And I'm like, I'm going to make sure, it was what I was feeling passionate about talking about at that time. And I wanted to make sure, everybody knew, I'm buying Tesla stock heavy. And so we used to make Tesla videos on the regular. And it was all about Tesla. And that was 2019's theme. There's no doubt about it. It was the Tesla year, okay? 2020, what was the theme of 2020? 2020 was all about the next 10x stock, okay? I'm putting 50K in this stock, 100K in this stock. I mean, I made so many videos like that in 2020. It was ridiculous, right? This stock's the next 3x. This stock's the next 5x. This is the next, I'm putting 50K here. Just put 25,000 in this stock. Just put 150,000 in this stock. Just put $1 million in this stock, right? Stock. You know why? There were deals everywhere in 2020, right? I had been saving up some cash, and the next thing you know, the market tanks, right? The fastest stock market crash in history we had in 2020, right? The market tanked 35%, I believe, in 22 trading days. We've never seen a stock market crash that fast ever in history, okay? I think even if you go back to the Great Depression time, you hadn't seen one that fast. It was unbelievable, right? And it created this opportunity where there were countless truly great stocks that were down 50%, 60%, 70% plus from where they were. And I had a belief that a lot of these stocks were going to come back, okay? There was no doubt. By the time April and May started to roll around, I started looking at the economy. I started kind of, playing all these things out, and I was like, it looks like things are going to recover the way I'm thinking they're going to recover. And so next thing you know, May, June, I'm buying, right? And we made a lot of money on countless stocks, right? And that was the theme that built in 2020, right? I mean, this is the public account, okay? This is literally a live screenshot of the public account I just took, right? Dropbox, guess what? That was a 2020 buy. We already made 45,000 on that, right? The Planet, right? 2020 buy, up 440% on that stock now. Revolve, 2020 buy, up 376%. Upwork, a 2020 buy, up 245%, right? Those type of gains, and this is just a public account. My main private account has a lot more of these positions that are a lot bigger, right? If it wasn't for, the fact that was just a great time to buy, we had some ridiculous gains in such a quick amount of time. That was the thing. It wasn't like we had to wait forever. And so the theme in 2020 was buy. But there was a big trap in 2020. No, this wasn't a big trap. This was the biggest trap, okay, that I've seen in the market. And each year has its own trap, okay? Sometimes it's around, if I go back to 2016 had a trap around the presidential election. And there were all these fears like, well, if this person gets elected, the market's going to tank. And if this person gets elected, the market's going to tank. And that was the big trap in 2016, right? And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, 2017, and look where the market starts to go. So everybody fell into that trap, right? Well, last year, there was a huge trap in the market, okay, that prevented people from making literally, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars in the market last year. And it was fear, right? That was the trap last year, fear. Well, what if the economy doesn't bounce back? Well, what if this doesn't happen? Well, in a year like that, you could keep making up these things. But it wasn't just fear that was keeping a lot of people from buying stocks. It was also a lot of people thinking they could outsmart the market and go short positions, put positions, things like that. And unfortunately, people got absolutely destroyed because, there was a few people, and I know, a few of them that made some incredible money on put options as the market started to tank February into March, right? But the market went up so fast after that by the time most people started to enter put positions and short positions on the market was near the bottom already. And when it started to shoot up, man, did it start going fast. And the next thing you know, people were losing money hand over fist who were trying to play this game of fear. Let me buy puts. You never bet against the U.S. economy. You never bet against the stock market. You can maybe get lucky every once in a while and happen to invest or happen to short the market or buy puts right before a recession happens or something like that, or a stock market crash. But I'm telling you, most of the time, it's not even worth it. And you know why? Because as soon as things start to weaken, next thing you know, Fed steps in, injects a bunch of money in the market, and all of a sudden, that huge weakness you saw in the market all of a sudden flips and turns to strength. And the next thing you know, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, what happened? The market's also up 5%, and it's like, oh no, maybe it'll drop more. Short more. It goes up another 5%. Short more, it goes up another 5%. Oh crap, I think the market's turned on us. Cover, take big losses. All of a sudden, you're in a very, very bad position, right? And so, 2020 was not really the year to fear because the market had gone down so much, and it was very clear that the Fed was going to do everything in sight to inject money in the market, right? And that's exactly what they did. And needless to say, it created actually potentially some extreme asset inflation, right? Where real estate, I was looking at I was on Zillow last night. I hadn't been on Zillow for a little bit. And I was looking at some of these houses here in Vegas for sale in some of the nice areas in Henderson and in Summerlin and whatnot. And I was like, my gosh, have prices changed in the past year, needless to say. I mean, some of these houses we're not even talking about like $1 million plus houses. I'm talking houses that were priced like $500K are now pricing and selling at $700, $800K, right? And like people are just willing to pay a lot more. And all of a sudden, everything's begun to get a lot more expensive, right? It doesn't matter what you're talking about, raw materials, anything. And so it was a bad time to be fearful. An extraordinarily bad time to be fearful in 2020. You had to believe in the system. You had to believe that the Fed would do what they did. And to be honest, you saw it. That's what gave me the confidence, especially, in March, it was okay to be scared. Because it was like, oh my gosh, the entire economy's shutting down. What's going to happen here? March, it was okay to be scared. But if you're still scared in April and May, you start to say, I don't know. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like, let's at least start kind of wandering out there. By the time June, July, August hit, it was hard not to be bullish anymore because the Fed was the money printer was rolling. Let's just put it that way. And fear was definitely not the place to be in 2020, okay? And a lot of people missed out on a lot of gains, or a lot of people lost a lot of money by shorting the market and buying puts and thinking these things were going to zero or something like that. And it just was not the way it worked out, okay? And so if I look at this year, 2021, I'm seeing a very important theme kind of starting to play out. And I've kind of preached on this a little bit to the private stock group over the last few months. And I need to preach on this more as time goes on, okay? Because it's very, very clear that this needs to be said out there, okay? We're in a very distracting time. And I remember I even did a video, I don't know, maybe it might have been a few months ago now. I said the stock market is in distraction mode, okay? Let me be clear. The stock market is not just in distraction mode. The financial markets in general are in complete distraction mode right now. The financial markets in general are at a place right now where it wants to throw you off your whole game. It wants to get you into things that you don't really want to get into, but look alert right now, right? The financial markets are one big strip club right now. That sounds like a very funny analogy. It just hit me, okay? That's literally what the financial markets are. One huge strip club full of distraction, right? And it wants you to throw your money here and throw your money there and throw your money here and throw your money there, right? And, you kind of got to keep your eye on the real prize here in this messy financial market we have right now. Everything's tugging at you right now. Everything's tugging at you. And it's all stuff that you would never, ever consider as investment grade. Like you would never consider these things, okay? GameStop, Dogecoin, AMC, you would never consider this stuff. But it's all getting out there in the media. It's in your face. You can't miss it. You go on YouTube, it's everywhere, right? You go on CNBC, it's everywhere. You go on Bloomberg, you go on Saturday Night Live, it's right in your face. You go on mainstream media, it's right in your face. It's all in your face. You can't go anywhere and not hear about GameStop, Dogecoin, AMC, Dogecoin, AMC, GameStop. After those, it's going to be something else. This is the year of distraction. It is there to set you up, to get you focused on other things that you never wanted to be focused on. It's there to put your attention there and get you into stuff that you would have never even considered. And it's there to frustrate you. That's what it's there for. Because if you aren't making money from it, all of a sudden you're getting frustrated because you're like, oh my gosh, people are making such easy money over there. Maybe I need to get in. And it's there to get you into that type of mentality where all of a sudden you're starting to consider, I'm going to put my hard-earned money over into this thing, and the valuation of that, whoa, it's like blah, blah, blah price, but I don't know, they said it was going to go up, and they said it was going to go to the moon, so I gotta just buy it. I got to just buy it because they said I could double my money and triple up my money tomorrow. So let me get into it. And right when everybody is saying, get in, okay? That's usually when the rug is pulled, okay? The people that get in early before the masses are on it, right? And before it has all that attention, those people do amazing. Those people make money hand over fist. Those people make a ton of money, right? But by the time comes where the masses are in it, and this, let me be very clear, this happens even in great fundamental stories. It happened with Tesla, right? When Tesla peaked was when the mass media was covering Tesla constantly, as Tesla went from 700 to 800 to 900, right? And it was pushing at an $800 plus billion market cap, right? Tesla has an unbelievable fundamental story at that company, right? Around EVs, the changing landscape of energy, with a CEO in front of that company who's one of the biggest game changers we've seen in business human history, right? And such an unbelievable fundamental story, but even a stock like that can get caught up into that craziness of hype and distraction, right? And the next thing you know, you can't go anywhere without somebody talking about Tesla stock, okay? When I was talking about Tesla stock like crazy in 2019, I had a niche on my channel that was 20,000 people maybe strong back then that were really dedicated toward this and really interested in Tesla and believed in its future, right? And we had a lot of haters around Tesla back then, right? But by the time Tesla had risen that 1,000% and 10x plus, right? By that time, the story had been starting to play out because everybody had piled in, right? And so Tesla got into this big distraction mode where it just got pushed up to these ridiculous levels that even somebody like myself that's a Tesla bull was like, this is out of hand. Like everybody that doesn't even know anything about Tesla wanted to buy Tesla stock. And that's the time you need to start worrying. When I'm like these people don't even know why they're in Tesla, but they want to buy Tesla stock. These people never bought a stock in their life, but they want to buy Tesla. Why do they want to buy Tesla? Because they're hearing all these stories. Oh, this person just became a millionaire from Tesla. Oh, this person just, and it gets out there, and people are like, oh man, I just made 20% on Tesla stock. I just made 30% on Tesla stock. I just made 50%, right? And by the time it gets to that level, you're out of hand, right? And so now we're in this time period where even things that don't have great underlying stories, right, are getting pushed out there and fed out there. And they're there to distract you and throw you off your game completely. And once you start going down that rabbit hole to, all of a sudden I'm doing this and I'm doing this gamble, I'm doing this gamble, and maybe this is the next one, right? I'm already seeing it. If I had $1 for every time I see a post recently that says, this could be the next AMC stock because it has a high short interest. If I had $1 for that, I'd be richer than Warren Buffett, man. Like, it's ridiculous. You can't go anywhere on the internet without seeing this stock could be the next AMC, guys. It has 30% short interest. It has blah, blah, blah short interest. Let's get behind this one now. This gets the next AMC. Oh my gosh, it's out of hand right now. Same thing in the crypto community. How many cryptos are the next Dogecoin? Oh, this is the next 10x, man. This is the next big Dogecoin. You forget about Dogecoin. This is the next Dogecoin. You get into this cycle, man, around these stocks and cryptos and whatever that you never thought possible that you would even be remotely interested in. But it's being fed to you constantly, man, constantly. I mean, I'm seeing, this week's a great example. There were people doing live streams on AMC stock that had 88,000 live viewers on that, okay? I've never in my life seen those sort of numbers. That's how popular AMC was at the peak this week, right? That is unbelievable. And whether this week was a peak or not, or it's next week, it's all irrelevant. All that matters is the interest is ridiculous, right? Somebody did a live stream the other day and it had like over 900,000 views on a live stream around AMC stock. When you're seeing that level of attention, be like, wow, this is something else, right? This is something else. Talk about distraction mode 101. And like I said, when the AMC dealio is over, there's going to be the next thing, guys. I can promise you that. It'll be the next thing to be distracted. This year, 2021, is the year of distraction. If you happen to have gotten in early on the distraction, you made a lot of money. Good for you. But the problem is, when all the masses start getting in, that's when the pool, it's like, there was a great analogy my accounting teacher gave us back in the day around kind of like pump and dump schemes and things like that, okay? And these are all, obviously have their own different situations, right? But it was a great analogy, he said, and it wasn't just around like pump and dump schemes, it could have been around stocks in general. He said, imagine you're going to a pool party, right? And, you're the first one in the pool, and the pool's, nice and clean, and it's fun, and you got a few people there and a few friends that are fun, right? And you're having a good time. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, 100 more people show up, right? And next thing you know, the pool's getting to be crowded and it's getting to be a mess. And you got some guy there who's getting super drunk. And next thing you know, he wants to fight somebody. And, he's starting to hit on your girlfriend and just making everybody feel uncomfortable. And next thing you know, a fight breaks out over there. And things are just getting out of hand. And then you got somebody throwing up over there because they got too drunk. And this pool party just is turning into a disaster now, right? There's just way too many people here. It's not fun anymore. Now it's just become like, can I get out of here? That's exactly what happens in these sorts of situations. If you're the first person in the pool and one of the first few people there, it's a lot of fun, man, and you're going to have a good time. But once it gets overcrowded, that's when it begins to get messy. And that's the time to say, yeah, this looks like one big disaster written all over it, right? And so that is the theme of this year I see playing out. It's the year of distraction. And it's up for you as an investor in the market to say, am I going to get caught up in all these distractions, pulling me all these different ways, or am I going to stay focused on what I need to stay focused on, okay? And it's hard. I will admit it is hard when it is fed into your face everywhere you go, and you can't go on any website, any app, any mainstream media or anything like that without getting fed in your face. Dogecoin, AMC, GameStop, Dogecoin, AMC, GameStop. It's hard. It really is hard, man. But you got to keep the blinders on. You got to stay focused on buying things that you actually believe in for the long term, that you think are going to thrive and things like that, guys. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. As always, make sure you surround yourself with the type of people that have, real success in the market and have proven it over time. I think that's really, really important, okay? So that's about where I'm going to leave this video. If you want to check out any links, I'll have them in the same comment. Much love.